And I can't wait to see what the future holds for us and our new family. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. After spring, Jaron and Jalen, and basically you're the only scholarship running back coming back from last season. And I know Jonathan spoke highly of you in the spring. Do you feel like the opportunity to build on what you did last year amid all the team adversity and offensive kind of struggles, like this can be the year you can take that next step?
No doubt, no doubt. And I have a lot of confidence in Coach Smith and his offense. And even this spring, it's been great just being able to learn a new offense and seeing myself how I could be successful in this offense is giving me a lot of confidence. I think it's giving our team a lot of confidence to see the success we've had offensively. And we're going to work real hard in fall so that we can be able to perform and execute when the season comes around.
And Aiden being the guy, how much have you seen? Would you see from him in the spring? Being, he came in the winter as a transfer, but he's expected to make the leap to starting quarterback, and he's only 18 years old still.
Yeah. I've seen him being a leader, and for someone to be so young, 18 years old, but to be so mature in his age, to be a leader for our offense, is huge. And he's a great guy to hang around with. He's a funny, goofy guy, And every time I see him, he has a smile on his face, and that's the type of guy you want around your program. That's the type of guy you want to lead your offense. So it's been great to be led by him as our quarterback, and the way that the whole quarterback room is just they all connect with each other. They all love each other. They're their own little family. So it's great to see.
Jonathan said that you were the first player he met when he took over as head coach. He said you came over to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Which hotel was that, and how did that? I guess can you walk through how that all transpired?
I don't remember the exact name of the hotel. It was on Michigan State campus where they were staying. And what happened was Coach KB, the running back coach, actually contacted me. He was like, "Hey, do you mind if you have any free time to come and chat for a little bit?" So of course I did. I have nothing else to do, so I walked in there and the whole coaching staff is there. So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it was great, and just being able to sit down and talk with them, and my first interaction with them, I could tell immediately that they cared about us, that they cared about Michigan State football, that they wanted to be here. It wasn't just something they're like, "Oh, this is another great opportunity," but they genuinely cared about this culture, they genuinely cared about this program, and they've continued to prove that day in day out from how they coach us, from how they love us, from how they treat us, and this throughout this whole entire summer. They've proven that. So it was a great interaction just to see them firsthand, and then obviously going through the spring and through the fall, it'll be exciting to continue to grow with them as well. I would say so. I'd say really every season is almost is a fresh start. We don't look back at last season and be like, "Oh man," and kind of just ponder on that, but we have to look towards the future, and our goal is to look towards the future, whether that's with a new coaching staff or the same coaching staff, whatever it is. Every single year is a new start. Every single season is a new season. So what can we do this season in order to grow and to be better than what we were last year?
I just talked to Dylan, and he said that he's been playing the new video game so much he can take control. You've been playing it much?
I'm not that too big of a gamer. I used to back in the day. I wasn't that big of a gamer, but I did recently play, and it was a fun experience. So who knows? I may go back on it, but we'll see.
There's been a lot of guys who kind of said they're not really gamers, but they just like seeing themselves in a video game. Is that cool for you?
No doubt. It's a blessing. How many people can say, "Hey, I was in a video game"? How many people have the opportunity to play with themselves in a video game? So it's a huge blessing. You want to be able to experience that and take advantage of it, because not a lot of people have the opportunity to say that.
Nate, after the pen.
Quick, easy question for you. What's it like to be here today representing Michigan State? I mean, you've been selected, all the people that have come before you, after you. What's it mean to you?
It's a great honor. It really is. I love this school. I love this program. I'm humbled that they would select me to be able to represent them, and I hope that I've represented them well at my time here. And like I said, I'm just blessed to be here. I look at guys who've been here before, a big name like Kirk Cousins. Before I even came here, I looked at his Big Ten speech that he had was here. And like I said, that's just encouraging to see that I was selected amongst guys like that to represent Michigan State, and I'm very proud of that.
Last question. If you weren't playing big-time college football, is there something you're thinking right now, maybe another sport or hobby?
That's a really, really good question. I did start getting into golf. I'm not a golfer. I'm not in the Tiger Woods or anything like that, but I did start getting into golf a little bit, so maybe doing something like that. I'm getting into therapy and counseling, so I'll probably be doing something along those lines of being either a therapist or a counselor.
Thank you.
Thank
Dave,
you.
talked about it kind of being a new season every year. Is there a different feel on the program this year compared to last?
I would say so. I would say that if I could describe how I feel like the team's feeling right now, it would be hungry. I feel like we're hungry for more. We're hungry to win. We're hungry to improve. We're hungry to prove people wrong. And that's good for us because we're able to be hungry. Hey, now what do we do with this appetite? Now what do we do to be able to achieve this hunger that's inside of us? And we have to do that by winning games, and we have to do that by working hard and grinding each and every day and taking the day at a time and the game at a time. So I feel like we're just a very, very hungry football team that's ready to play football.
Another thing, you could have left. Why'd you come back? Why'd you stay?
I love Michigan State, and I tell people all the time, especially like when I talk to high school kids, you want to go to a school that you would love if you weren't playing that sport. And for me, Michigan State is that school. I love playing. I love here. I love the culture here. I love the family atmosphere here. If I wasn't playing football here, I want to stay here. I would love my kids to go here. So it's like I just love this school in general, and I stayed not because of the football aspect, but because I love what Michigan State is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great guy, man. He's a great guy. It's been amazing to be here and work with him in the summer. He's very, very explosive, very fast. He's very productive, as you can see from what he did last year. So it's going to be amazing for us to be able to feed off of each other to help our offense to win to win games and do what we need to do. I believe we're going to have a very productive offense this year, and I think that's going to rely heavily on how we do as a running back group. Yeah, no doubt. Me and him talk almost every single day. We hang out, all the running backs, we go bowling, we do things together, we hang out, we laugh, we joke, and we grind together. So like I said, that's the culture that we have in our running back room. We're a family, and we all want the best for each other, and we're all going to drive each other to get that best out of each other. So it's going to be exciting for us to see how we continue to improve on that in this fall camp of leaning off of each other and helping each other grow. And Coach KB, our running back coach, has done a great job to implement that culture and that mindset into us. They're like, hey, we're here for the same goal, for the same mission. We all want to prove, we all want to win. So we're led by our leader KB, and it's trickled down to us as a group.
I wanted to ask you about
Who's the best bowler? I'll probably say Jojo Martinez is probably the best bowler. I'm like second close.
wanted to ask you about KB. He's got a good reputation with tailbacks. He's been doing it for a long time. What are some of the things that for him that are like kind of non-negotiables? What do you have to do to make him happy?
Yeah, KB just he's big on attitude. He's big on effort. He preaches like, hey, when we come here, we gotta come here to work. We're in the building, we're gonna come here to work, and we have to give effort. He can't coach us if we don't give effort. Like if we don't want to be here, then there's only so much he can do. And then our attitude, we like, what's your why? Why do you want to be here? What's driving you? And outside of the football aspect, he's just been a great man to look up to as far as a family man. We've hung out as a running back crew with his kids and with his wife, and it's amazing to see him outside the football context. Like, hey, this is how he is as a man, so we can look up to this guy. And that's what I appreciate, is that Coach KB hasn't just only made me a great football player, he's also made me a great man.
It feels like they're pretty confident in your ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Maybe that hasn't been your reputation as much, but it seemed like in the spring that you could do that pretty well. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that with the offense, I'm able to be versatile in the aspect. I'm able to show forth that, hey, like I can catch the ball out of the backfield. And with our offense, we have a lot of routes where the running back is very high in the backfield. So I have the opportunity to help our offense, help our team to be able to grow and to be able to improve in a way where the running backs are catching out of the backfield, so I can continue to improve on my skills and then continue to grow in that aspect of my game.
What do you hope to prove this season?
That's a good question. I just want people to understand who we are as a football team. I think that last year, because of what happened last year, people looked down on Michigan State. They say that we don't have talent, we don't have the ability to win, and I don't believe that's true. I've seen guys work since January. I've seen us have talent. I said, we want Michigan State football to get back to what it was back in the day, back to the Kirk Cousins days, back to the LJ Scott days. That's what we're aiming for, and that's what I believe we're going to achieve.
Specifically for you too, Jonathan Smith talked about like how you have those instincts, right? Like when to cut, you have the vision, you have just the speed and athleticism to be really good at your position. What do you think your ceiling is for this season now that you've been at Michigan State? I know it's a whole new offense, but you're comfortable with the guys that you're around.
Yeah, I mean, my main goal is I don't think too much about stats. I don't think too much about statistics. Like, hey, I gotta rush X amount of yards. I gotta score X amount of touchdowns. My goal is to do everything that I can to help our football team win. If that leads to rushing over 1,000 yards, then so be it. If that leads to scoring over 10 or 15 touchdowns, then so be it. But my mindset is not necessarily I gotta get into this game and do this X, Y, and Z. I want to get into this game to do everything that I can to put my body on the line so I can help our football team come out with a victory at the end.
And then a little less serious of a question, but what did you think of your player rating? Actually, that is a pretty serious question, I guess.
I thought I was content with it. The
Yeah.
only issue I have with it is my strength. I think my strength at 70 is a little bit too low. So I guess I gotta do a little more push-ups and work out a little bit more in the weight room so I can get that strength a little bit higher. But other than that, I'm pretty content with that.
Eight months into Jonathan Smith era, do you sense that what he's brought is